Bismillah, alhamdulillah, wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah. What a journey. MashaAllah, it was a beautiful experience. Very enlightening, very rich with history. Many places we visited here. And the road trip is so amazing. And just, I want you to share. If you look around here, how beautiful is this? How beautiful is that? Subhanallah. Subhanallah al-Azim. Subhanallah. إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار لآيات. Well, I did have a little information about the history of the Cameleers, but this trip expanded my knowledge. I actually went through the journey they went through, starting with Port Augusta, Corn, Farina, and then ended up with Marree, which was fascinating. Having the walk in the journey, stopping where they used to stop. And every stop we visited graveyards, we visited sites that they were there. You can see the hard work they put to build these little communities around Australia in the harsh outback of Australia. So it was very important for me to see that and to learn more about them.
It's a habit of mine, I can't help it. Thank you so much, Mohamed.
Thank you.
Pleased to see you. See you again. And I should have grabbed you first.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Inshallah, at least. Sorry, we see you again.
Inshallah.
Inshallah.
I'll learn.
Most of these brothers buried here today are they play a major role in building the first mosque in Australia, Adelaide Mosque, Adelaide City Mosque. This is a big sadaqah jariyah, اللهم اغفر لهم وارحمهم وعافهم واعف عنهم واكرم نزلهم ووسع مدخلهم واجعل الجنة دارهم.
My thoughts about this graveyard, I'm glad there's a Muslim side here, Afghani side here, but believe it or not, all over Australia, Marree, Alice Springs, we got graveyards all over Australia that got our people here.
I always been fascinated to learn more about history in general, specifically about our history, Muslim history, in particular Afghan Cameleers. It was inspiring to learn more about the hardship they faced and how they contribute to our country here in Australia.
ترجي سوى الغفران ولا غيرك يغفر ذنوبها ولا يعذبها عزيز جل شانك واعتلت قدرتك يا رحمن أقوله والقلوب بقدرتك تقدر تقدر.
Yes, I have had experience in Australia where I've felt that I don't belong in this country, and that's got to do with when I first migrated here. I didn't have any friends, and I obviously coming from a different part of the world, having a different culture, I felt that I was not being accepted, and a lot of the university friends that I had, or I would say my classmates, they would not want to do their assignments with me, so I was pretty much stuck doing my own studies, which was a bit difficult initially, and that I was able to cope up with later on after I've engaged with the Muslim community here.
Yes, so my name is Brother Saad, I'm from Pakistan. We've got the driver here with us.
Hello everyone, Fahim.
Yeah, so we're heading right now to the underground bakery in Farina. 1878. We're here in Farina right now. So we're gonna go explore the bakery now. Let's see if it's open. Alright. Yo.
Assalamualaikum boys, we're here at this bakery. Apparently, I think it's underground.
Yep.
It's closed.
We came so excited for the bakery.
Who's we?
All of us, man.
Yeah.
And it looks closed right now.
Brother Mohammed, what are you feeling? I mean, just give me a bit of your feeling coming all the way here, and especially in this cemetery.
Subhanallah, it's a strange feeling.
Yeah.
Feeling of our sisters, our other sisters who came all the way from Afghanistan, Muslims exploring this land, putting their fingerprints everywhere they go. Trying to provide for their nations and help everyone here have a very good relationship with the First Nation, the Aboriginal, Indigenous people of Australia. We are proud of what they did in the past, and that make us more connected to the land, more connected to Australia in terms of history. We're here for many years and for a very long time.
I do feel like Australia is my country, but at the same time, I don't, because I don't have that sense of, connectivity with Australia. After this trip, I do have a better sense of belonging. I do feel more as an Australian, because I do feel like I didn't. Before going on this trip, I actually had no clue how. About the Afghan cameliers and how there is a Muslim community as well, and it goes back in the Outback as well.
The struggle our youth face these days, a lot of distraction, a lot of identity crisis, peer pressure. There's a lot of issues that our youth has, and it is our duty as educators, Muslim leaders in Adelaide, sheikhs, imams, to put a lot of effort. Parents at home, we work together. Like every stakeholder should put effort to preserve our youth Muslim identity, to help them to grow as Muslims, that they are proud of their identity as Muslims, practicing Muslims, and also as Australians. There is no contradiction between the two.
So now we have Max here, Max Dodler Baluch, who is actually one of the descendants of Afghan cameliers, who born here in Marree, in the city of Marree, and he raised here. And one of the things he said this morning to me, that he never go to the cities unless he's sick.
So after meeting with them, talking with them, and visiting those towns as well, I do have a better sense of belonging as an Australian.
So yes, there has been some information that I've learned, which I wasn't aware of before the trip, because I thought that the Muslim history and culture in Australia is just very poor, and then it was almost non-existent. But since this trip, I've got to learn that the culture of Islam in Australia is, in South Australia as a matter of fact, is very rich, which we were not aware of. And after going to this trip, I have come to know about this. And not only that, I've done other research as well. I was in the trip, because seeing all these historic places and being able to do research while you are in that place present was another thing that I was able to, I felt as if I was going through the history itself. And when I was learning all that, I felt that this is something that was we were not aware of, and this has made my my opinion change about the Islamic culture in Australia.
The challenging when you speak to someone about the Muslim cameliers is you don't know much about them. If you don't know much about your history, then it's going to be a challenge to talk about it. It's going to be a challenge to explain to people who don't know anything about the history of the cameliers. So I think the best way is to to educate our youth about the history of the Cameleers. So it's not a challenge for them to explain that to others.
The center of this trip, which was to visit the oldest mosque in Australia, that was the Marree Mosque, and so that place just was full of rich and this spirituality. Once you go there, you'll feel that positive energy that all these Afghan Cameleers brought in this place, and it's just such a blessed place. And it's just, you have to be there to understand that. And one of the things is just when we were trying to find it in early morning, it's we had difficulties finding that place, and it made me wonder why such a historic place is so difficult to find. And then I figured out that it's because there's just no trace of it, and such a thing as simple as putting it on Google Maps was not done. So I've taken the step to want to pursue this and get in touch with Google so that we can put that on Google Maps, and so that if any of our Muslim brothers or sisters want to visit, or not just Muslims but other people who want to learn about the history and the culture that has helped Australia become the country that it is today, it is important that they're also able to find that. So inshallah, if Allah wills, we'll be able to get in touch with Google and then get that place on Google Maps so that it's going to be easier for other people to find.
I think the most fascinating moment of the whole entire journey, when we visited the first mosque, when we prayed there, when we had the fire and we sat around it and have the conversation, and just remembering the Cameleers. They used to pray here. They built this place. Obviously, it was just a remain of the mosque. It wasn't actually a mosque, but that particular spot, it was. I feel connected to the land. You feel connected to your history. You feel connected to your religion as well as a Muslim. Yeah.
Allahu Akbar. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين.
They were hard workers. They contribute to the welfare of Australia. They did a lot of hard work. They were obviously the backbone of our country. So if we connect the past to the present, and the Muslim of the past and the new Muslims of today, then that will help them to shape that view about themselves as Muslims, to help them to understand their identity as Muslim, which is a lot of our youth struggle with their identity. Am I a Muslim? Am I Australian? And we teach them, we help them to learn that you are Australian, you're also a Muslim. And it's important that connect with the history of Australia, knowing that Muslims were here for a very long time. It's not just the last 50 years. They've been here for a very long time.